All right, my name is Tim Miller, and I'm the next gen pastor here at Lakeview Community Church. And there is just something about mission trips. I don't know what it is, but God loves to work and He loves to move in the lives and in the hearts of the people going on the trip, of the people on the receiving end of the trip. It's just one of those beautiful things where you get to see God move in incredible ways, and this trip to the Dominican Republic was no different at all.
And in time, this one reminds the other of a past.
My name's Mackenzie. I'm 16 and I wanted to go on the trip to the Dominican Republic because when I get older I want to be a missionary.
My name is Anthony Romanelli. I'm 17 years old, and I went on this mission trip as I saw it as a sign of God to, help spread His word.
I'm Morgan Bonner. I'm 15 years old, and I honestly just felt like God was saying this is what needs to happen and that I just need to experience it.
My name is Hunter, and I'm 15. And to be honest, at first I really didn't want to go on this trip. I thought it would be not fun. I was just going there, losing my spring break, and then it ended up being just the time of my life.
So my name is Juliet. I am 13, and I chose to go on this trip because God was really calling at my life, and I don't really know what I want to do with my future. So I felt like it would be a good experience to go on this trip and see what happened.
My name is Isabella Lynch. I am in 9th grade and I'm 15 years old. I decided to go on this trip because I felt like it was something that God was calling me to do. I feel that for a long time I've wanted to be a missionary, and I felt that by going on this mission trip I would get a little bit experience for what I want to do in the future.
My name is Vinery Bonner. My daughter is Morgan Bonner. I've always wanted to do a mission trip, and this was my first one, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to do it with my daughter.
My name is Connor Williams. I'm 19 years old. I originally wasn't going to go on this trip. But then about 3 weeks before the trip, Tim came to me and he said, "We have an open spot. Somebody dropped out. It's going to be all expenses paid. Do you want to go? Will you please go?" And I was really busy at the time. I just started a second job. I was doing stuff with school, and then now this, and I was really stressed. And the trip was life-changing.
The most challenging part of this trip was probably coming out and to experience new things for me. Definitely being able to talk to different people who don't understand me and just trying to communicate.
The most challenging part would have to have been the heat or the language barrier. There's always that constant layer of sweat on you, and you always had to have a translator. You couldn't really talk to them that much.
It was very humid, and I tend to pass out.
Not having a bathroom, like at any point. Cold showers, ice cold showers. I'll never take a warm shower for granted again.
The most rewarding experience for me would have to be when the last day, full day, we were leaving, and one of the kids after church came up to me and he gave me a hug, and he didn't want to let go. He told me not to leave.
One major highlight would probably be playing baseball and sharing the game that I love over here in America with some of the Dominican kids and adults. It was so fascinating to see everyone share the same love for the same game, and to be honest, they played it better than we do over here. So
The thing that's going to stand out the most to me is when we got to wash the kids' feet, because I was able to look up into their faces after I cleaned their feet, and I just saw the joy in their eyes, and it was just so cool to see Jesus working through that moment.
So the most impactful thing that happened there was really the response from the kids, especially during VBS. They always got super into it, and their parents didn't even have to ask them to try anything. They were really all for anything that we wanted to do, and anywhere we were, they were.
The one thing I'll never forget about this trip is definitely the last night when we had worship with the church and we sang Oceans and He Loves, and they didn't understand us, but they knew the song in their language. and just sharing God's love through worship.
It was one of the most beautiful moments because you had these two absolute polar cultures coming together in this one moment, singing the same song, praising the same God. It was a truly beautiful moment.
I felt like God was really telling me, like right before I went on to share my testimony with everyone, He was just telling me that I went on this trip for a reason, and I wasn't there to just love on people, but I was there to glorify Him.
So I do believe that God spoke to me, and throughout the trip and through the people, I really saw that we take a lot for granted here in the United States, and seeing that faith doesn't have to come through seeing intense miracles, although their miracles happen because they are so trusting in what God can do that every day they're able to see something new that God has provided for them.
I think everybody in their life should go on a mission trip one time. You know, we say we think that we know that we're fortunate here in comparison to what other people live and how they have it, but we have no idea until we witness it ourselves.
If I had a chance to go back, I would go back for the purpose of, now I miss them and I want to be able to go back and enjoy the experience all over again.
So I definitely want to encourage you, if you get a chance to go on a mission trip, either with Lakeview or someone else, seriously pray about it. Seriously consider, because you don't know what God can do in you and through you sometimes until you step away from what you're used to doing and go somewhere where you're not so comfortable anymore, and just let God do His thing through you.